Hello class, welcome to week 5. This is going to be our last week of this term, and there are a few things I want to go over them before the end of the week 5. Week 5 starts on this coming Wednesday, which is the, let me see, I think it's Wednesday the January 30th. Okay, so, and as you know, our class will end on the February the 7th. That would be a Thursday. So there are a few things I want to go over them since this is going to be our last week. Okay, so Unit 5 discussion board is going to be due Tuesday. That will be the replying to your classmate, but your initial response will be due on Friday of the February 1st. Okay, so this Unit 5 discussion board is not any new topics. This is just called the summative discussion board. So you're just going to write about your reflections about the discussion board that you have and the knowledge that you gain from this course. Okay, so what were the most compelling topics learned in this course, or how they're participating in discussions help you understanding of the subject matter. Is anything still unclear that could be clarified, or what approaches could have been yielded additional valuable information? Okay, so make sure that you include at least one reference, okay, and make sure that you reply to your classmates. Okay. One thing that I want to point out here is that this discussion board is not course evaluations. Okay, so I want to ask you not to evaluate the course or evaluate instructor. I just want you to stick with those 3 topics that I just mentioned, and I want you to discuss those things with your classmates. Okay, if you want to evaluate this course, there are other ways you can do that. So this is a discussion board for those 3 topics. Okay. Remember that discussion board is not, you cannot make up the discussion board. So I keep saying that if you miss the initial post, I still want you to post it until the Tuesday following initial post due date, so you still can get some points out of that. Okay. I want to talk about the Unit 5 IP, because this is going to be 25% of your grade. There are 2 parts in Unit 5 IP. One is going to be the new content called behavioral layers. So evaluate the issues and concerns regarding the IT projects at all 5 layers of the organizations. So that will be our new content for the Unit 5 IP. Now, the other half, almost half of the Unit 5 IP is revisions of previous IP. I think I mentioned this many times before. So when I go over the Unit 5 IP, I'm going to go over from the beginning. I'm looking for the everything that you have done so far. Okay, like formats, mechanics of contents of each IPs and so on. And then I want to make sure that if you have made some kind of update or revisions from the previous one that I made a comment on the your IP. So if you have done all that, then you will receive the full credit. If you have not, then just like the other IP, you're just going to get points get deducted, but this time it's going to be very big points get deducted. Okay. The other thing here is that once you let's say for example, you revise all previous IPs then you had some IPs that you have not received the full credit. But once you receive the 100% on the revisions, and you went back and you're still short of maybe 10 or 15 points, then I want you to contact me and say, asking me to go back and look at the previous IP that you have revised, so that you can get some more points. And in that case, when I look at your grade, you're on the borderline, and you're going to need a few more points. Then you send me an email, and I'll go over there, and then I'll look at the IP that you're going to mention. Then I'll give you the credit so you can get a higher grade. Okay, now that's the conditions. Okay, under the condition that you revise all the previous IP to the standard that I have accepted. Okay, so that will be the condition that you can request for me to go back and regrade any IP that you have missed, so that it can help you your grade, so you can get a higher grade. Okay. All right. The other thing here is that in week 5 in Unit 5, the class ends one day. The term ends one day after class ends. So class ends on the Thursday. Let me check one more time. The February 7th, and term ends on the February 7th, but we have another day, so we have the date is going to be February 8th. Okay, so all I'm doing here is that I'm going to give you one extra day if you need more time to submit your Unit 5 IP. But this is important. You do not have 7 days in week 5. Okay, you have, the due date for the Unit IP 5 is going to be on Wednesday the 6th. Okay, and now then I'm going to give you Thursday and Friday. Okay, midnight Friday, that's it. If I don't get anything after before the midnight, I cannot give you any more credit, because I have due date. I need to submit my grade on Saturday. Okay, so if you need a couple of more days, that's fine, but you need to submit it before midnight Friday, the February 8th Central Standard Time. Okay, after that I can't. Your grade is already submitted, and I cannot do anything about that. All right, so I just want to make sure everyone remembers, in week 5 you don't have 7 days to submit the late IP. Okay, so you just have a Thursday and a Friday. Okay, you need to have your Unit 5 IP submitted by midnight Friday. Okay, February 8th, and then I'll have maybe a couple of hours to grade it. Then I'm going to have to submit your letter grade to the school. All right, I will talk a little bit more about this in the final live chat. There will be a Saturday coming this Saturday, which is February 2nd. It's going to be from 1 to 2 p.m. Central Time. Now, if you do have any questions about anything, okay, because this Saturday is going to be our last day, you can talk to me in the live chat or on the phone. So if you have any questions, you can call me during the office hours from 2 to 3, or if you are in the West Coast, then it's going to be between 12 to 1. Okay, if you're on the Central Time, it's going to be 1 and 2. All right, I do have your contact information there. If you really need to talk to me or cannot get hold of me, just text me. Okay, then I'll text you back. Then we can go from there. All right. All right. So I know that it's been a very long 5 weeks. I know that most of you are doing fine. Now, if you are having some problems, it is always a good idea that you contact me, and then we can talk about this. Okay, but do not wait until the last day. It's not a good idea. Okay, just talk to me ahead of time so we can make some kind of arrangements. But I don't want you to wait until last day to talk to me about your problems or your situation. It's gonna be too late. Okay, so I want you to go. If you want to contact me early so we can resolve your situation or your problems. Okay. All right, I'll see you in the live chat this Saturday. We'll talk more about this. All right, thanks. Bye bye.